Good morning, everyone. Happy hump day. Thank God it's Wednesday. Half the week's over with. See who's in here. Denisha Ellis was in here. The car was not there yesterday. Oh, she's talking about the Natalie Jones case. Debbie, Lisa, Alex B, nurse teacher, TC, Cheryl Lynn, Cement Shoes. Am I missing anyone? Barry Mary, Verbal, Carolina Girl. Good to see you. You're early. You made it. Keisha, good morning. I like your picture. It's good. I think I'm saying your name right. I think we had this discussion the first time you came into my chat. I think it's pronounced Keisha. I'm glad you made it back. So we got a few things to talk about this morning. But before I get started, we are having a channel members meeting tonight through the Google Meet. I will post the link later on today. Also, for channel members, there's a new emoji Verbal designed me. It says Coffee with CC. I look like a detective there. I like the neon light look. I would actually like to have a sign like that. Did a good job, Verbal. I love it. Okay. So late last night, guys, because I try to find my topics like the night before, at least like a couple of them. So I'm not rushing around in the morning, because I don't have a lot of time in the mornings because of the animals. But anyways, I saw that they have found Natalie Jones's body. Well, it's likely her body. I should have put that in my title, likely her body. It's not been positively identified yet, but it's more than likely her, of course. Natalie Jones went missing on July 4th. I think she's from Franklin. Where's she from? I thought was she from Alabama? I always get confused about that. Hold on, I'm going to read it. Georgia authorities found the body of who they believe is missing mom, Natalie Jones, who vanished over the 4th of July weekend. Let me share her picture here before I go on. Seems like she was going to Georgia for the holiday weekend, the 4th. I get confused about that one. Okay, so according to officials, a body was found inside a hot pink Chevrolet on a property in a wooded area in Franklin, Georgia, close to Roosterville Road and Welcome Road. Jones was last seen driving a distinct four-door Chevrolet Cavalier that she had painted a bright pink color with a blue stripe. It has a Georgia license plate number, RVE 6177. So she is from Georgia. Okay. Adventures with Purpose, an organization that specializes in water recovery while traveling cross country to help finding missing people, was on the scene when police arrived. Jones's sister confirmed live with the organization that the body was of her sister. An official identification by a coroner, however, still needs to be made. According to their YouTube channel, the organization started a GoFundMe for the family, which has amassed over $2,000. What's their name? Adventures with Purposes is their YouTube name, I guess. A cause of death is pending. Okay, it says Jones, it was 28 years old. She was from Grantville. Last seen on July 4th as she drove away from a friend's home in, oh gosh, I can't pronounce this name. Oblaka, something like that, Alabama. Okay, so she was driving to Alabama. She was from Georgia. I always got that mixed up with her case. Okay. Last seen July 4th as she drove away from a friend's home in Alabama between 10:20 p.m. and 11 p.m. According to her sister, Jessica Bishop, someone sent a text from Natalie's phone around 12:52 a.m. on July 5th. It is the last known message from her phone. I made it, the text read. Bishop previously told Crime Online that her sister was at a 4th of July party with several friends at a home off of River Chase Drive in, gosh, I can't pronounce this town in Alabama, Oblaka, something like that. But none of the friends knew where Jones planned to drive to after she left. Police reportedly tried to access additional information from her cell phone, but Bishop said there was minimal activity available because Jones used a texting app. Her phone last pinged from a South Tower in Avessa near Franklin, Georgia at 4:40 a.m. on July 5th, according to Bishop. Since then, the phone had been turned off. And she said that was totally out of character for her sister. And Fox 5 reports that friends are now pushing for a grand jury to investigate Natalie Jones's ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Lawrence. And they do have his mugshot down here somewhere. Here he is. He looks like a real weirdo. So he's currently behind bars for allegedly putting a hit out on a deputy in an unrelated case. He was going to try to have a police officer killed. Psycho. According to court documents, Lawrence was previously arrested for drug trafficking charges earlier this year, but was not behind bars when Jones disappeared. He was wearing an ankle monitoring device at the time in connection with the charge. Friends started an online petition explaining why they want Lawrence investigated more thoroughly. On the date of Natalie Jones' disappearance, it was well known to law enforcement that her ex-boyfriend, who she had met with the day prior, who was a prime witness in his drug trafficking case, who lived about a scant mile from his home, who he contacted the day of her disappearance, should have been considered as a prime person of interest. A change.org petition reads. Oh, wow. See, I didn't know this because I didn't follow this case real closely. I just talked about it a little bit. But I didn't know that she was a witness in her ex's drug trafficking case. She could have met with him that night. She could have met up with him the day she disappeared and he did something to her. Now, her car was found in a wooded area. When I first heard about this case, I was like, how in the world do you hide a hot pink, I think it was a Chevy Cavalier. I know it's a Chevrolet. I thought it was a Cavalier. How in the world do you hide a car like that? I mean, no offense, but it was like a really horrible paint job. And like bright pink, it stuck out like a damn sore thumb. Or he could have met up with someone else. Yes, nurse teacher. Hey, cement shoes. I saw a funny, dumb criminal story. Two guys rob a store, both wearing ankle bracelets. Total IQ for both was probably 70. Yeah. I used to watch a show, World's Dumbest Criminals. This guy comes in and robs a convenience store, a gas station, and he leaves his ID on the counter. He had it in his hand as he was robbing. He set it down on the counter and forgot about it. Freaking idiot. Anyways, someone had commented before I started my live stream and said the locals said that that car was not there, like on Monday. It hadn't been there. I'd like to find out more information about that because they said that it was found in a wooded area. Now we can look at Franklin, Georgia, Roosterville Road, just get an idea what the area looks like. I just love the name Roosterville. May have to steal that, make a sign for my roosters lot. Okay. Let's see. Can you guys see? Did it share? Oh, yeah. So let's look at this one. It kind of looks like it does around here. It's just like country. They seem to have a lot more pine trees than we have, though. I would like to see pictures of where her car was found. Let's get out of this. Let's look. I saw some pictures of some houses around, too, somewhere. Yeah, it looks like there's some nice houses in this area, too. It's a big pond. I'm just wondering how her car was hid for that long in this wooded area and nobody stumbled upon it until now. Something's not right with that. Very suspicious of this ex, especially her being a witness in his drug trafficking case, which could send him to prison for a long time. He could have got rid of her so she couldn't testify. Hey, Drama. Hey, Jack's mom. Sounds like some 911 shiz. Hey, Emily. How are you doing? Now, anyone that wasn't in here yesterday, I did take everyone's wrenches and I gave a few back. It was nothing that no one did or anything. I tried to give the wrenches back to like people that like in the chat and like shares links and stuff like that. I mean, if anyone wants a wrench, I'm going to be doing like this little meeting with my mods. To make sure everybody knows how to share links and, well, the people I picked do. But if anyone else wants a wrench, I will need to teach you how to share links and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's nothing personal against anyone. Okay. Also, anyways, I said also, anyways. Goodness gracious, I'm getting bum-fuzzled. Gosh, guys, hold on one second. My dog's howling. My God, that dog drives me crazy, guys. Sorry about that. I didn't know that she was outside on her little cable. I forgot she went out to potty with Smokey. Anyways, prayers for Natalie's family. I hope they figure out what happened to her. Bless their hearts. I mean, I did read, I think one time she had a history of depression and stuff. I mean, it is possible that she did take her own life. Anything's possible at this point, I guess. I'm leaning more towards the boyfriend, though, at this point. But I am glad that they've located her. At least she can have a proper burial and stuff, and family can try to grieve and move on, but they're not going to be able to move on until they find out exactly what happened to her. Oh, it's okay, Emily. Oh gosh, I feel sorry for you. The tendonitis. I have it at my Achilles heel. It about kills me. Really does. Um, okay, so let's talk about Suzanne a little bit. I know everybody wants to talk about her. Yesterday, I just so happened to look up her name and saw that they had just posted an article about Barry sitting down with CBS 4. And some of the things that he said blew my mind. Like my mouth was open. Some of the things that he said about Suzanne's brother. Oh, crap. Started playing music. He basically said Suzanne's brother didn't care before, so why does he care now? Why is he looking for her? That's what he said. He questioned Andy Mormon's motives. Okay. I don't have to screen share it, I don't guess. I'm going to read you guys exactly what was said. The home of missing mother Suzanne Morphew is now up for sale. Suzanne's husband, Barry Morphew, told CBS 4 part of the decision to list it was due to what he believes happens to her. Now, according to Barry, he believes that Suzanne was abducted from the home. And he told CBS 4 as a result, his daughters are terrified to return to the house. And the family has been renting a home nearby for the last several weeks. Let me just say this. Barry's got an answer for everything. Another reason Barry felt the need to list the home is due to the extensive media coverage. He has been recorded against his will and had curious strangers wander onto the property. Well, they're probably looking for your missing wife, bud. And I guess he's talking about Tyson Draper secretly recording him and putting it up on YouTube, his YouTube channel. Remember that? So CBS 4 sat down with him at his house on Sunday. He didn't want any cameras turned on. He said he wanted to share his side of the story. And he says since his wife disappeared, his brother-in-law, Andy Mormon, has been his biggest critic, even implicating him in Suzanne's disappearance. Andy Mormon told the Dr. Phil show on Friday he believes Barry murdered his sister, despite the fact investigators have not identified a person of interest. Andy organized a large-scale volunteer search at the end of September, combing through the areas investigators had previously looked, hoping to find any sign of his sister Suzanne. So CBS 4 asked Barry, why didn't he join the search? And here's old Barry's response. He said it was because he had already spent months doing the same with close friends. Really? He no longer believes she's in the area. He also added Andy Mormon never reached out to him directly about the search, despite repeated attempts to contact him personally. Wow. Wow. Barry said his brother-in-law hasn't cared to reach out to his sister in the past, questions his motives. I've spent many nights, Suzanne crying on my shoulder, asking why her siblings refused to love her, said Barry. Really, Barry? Really? When her cancer came back, he said he and his daughters were the only family by her side. Suzanne was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma just before the couple married in 94. The 52-year-old said despite the odds, they had two beautiful daughters together. Now, Barry broke down as he talked about all they had been through and all the love they shared together. He shared a letter wrote to him in February for Valentine's Day. It's the last note he has from Suzanne. We're going to read this. Here's one of them. Just want you to know my life would be nothing without your love and the excitement you bring to our marriage and my life. All my love, Suzanne. That's a card she signed. Okay, we're going to read the love letter here. Okay. I remember the first kiss you gave me at my front door. I remember our long talks in the dark on the golf course between the third tee and the green. I remember the day you asked me to marry you. You gave me flowers in Castleton. I remember the day you held me when I found out I had cancer. I remember our wedding day, the way you made me feel so beautiful. I remember the days our girls were born, and you were right there to hold my hand and rub my back and encourage me through the pain. I remember the February nights you held me in 2013 when I was so sick and I couldn't sleep. I remember all the beautiful and difficult we had, so many. Through each one, I know our love has grown stronger. You are my love forever. Wow, she's a good writer. She really must love this man. I know from experience. I mean, like you get, I get really annoyed with Mark. Um, but we've had like a lot of good times, and I often think about how much he has helped me over the years. Um, yeah, right. He had the only one that was there for her. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I didn't like that. He's trying to make Andy look bad and like he's got an agenda. He says, I spent many nights, Suzanne crying on my shoulder. Really? Suzanne was crying on your shoulder, asking why her siblings refused to love her? I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I believe Suzanne didn't have a close relationship with her family because Barry isolated her away from them. He didn't want her to have a close relationship with them. I also believe he was after her money she had inherited. Yeah, someone in the chat said yesterday that she's the one that bought that house in Colorado with her inheritance. Narcissists do that stuff. Remember Chris Watts? Yes. Barry needs a PR person. Yeah, he needs someone to be there when he's speaking to the media because he's making himself look bad. Andy has done a lot more to try to find his sister than Barry has done. I didn't know you needed an invite to search for your missing wife. Needs to learn how to put his pride and personal feelings aside so he can go look for Suzanne. And he said he had spent months combing, doing a search of that same area. So that's why he didn't go. He had already searched it. Maybe you missed something. Just because you searched it don't mean you didn't miss anything there, bud. Jesus. I totally understand why the daughters haven't spoke out now and why they haven't contacted their mother's family. I totally get it now. Because he's told them, hey, they're accusing me of murdering your mom. And so, of course, they're going to be on their dad's side, defend their dad. So they're standing by their dad. Yes, Vicky, I've had a man do that to me, my first husband, isolate me away from everyone. That way, nobody one could figure out what he was doing to me behind closed doors. They figured it out anyways, though. Um, and I just don't believe that Suzanne's family wasn't, I mean, like her dad and them, that they just didn't care that she had cancer. That's basically what he's saying. He said that him and the daughters were the only family by her side. Oh, come on. He's like, well, he's victim bashing Suzanne's family. I know Andy said things about him also, but there's something really off with Barry. I've tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've still got an open mind, though. Um, but I'm very suspicious of him, and I do think that he knows what happened to Suzanne. Let me say it that way. He knows. I mean, it's possible he's innocent. course. But it's just not looking that way, guys. It's just not. I wonder if they have identified that body they found by that old mines. They said that it wasn't connected to Suzanne, they didn't think. They could just be saying that to the media, keeping it hush-hush, you know. Everyone can see right through his BS. Yes. Why does he not want the cameras on when he does these interviews? Because he doesn't want people reading his damn body language. That's why. He knows people's going to analyze every move that he makes, every blink that he takes. Yep, there's a guy that acted a lot like him. Sneaky, no good, piece of shit. Yeah, that's the way my first husband was. He was goody-goody in front of people, but behind closed doors, he was a monster. Yeah, he almost killed me probably like 3 different times. I mean, he beat on me a lot, but there's 3 different times I thought I was going to die. Yeah, he's like Mr. Watts. I agree, nurse teacher. He doesn't want them reading the body language, that's for sure. I think the walls are closing in. I do think they're going to eventually find Suzanne. I'm trying to remain positive about that. Tell myself they're going to find her and find out what happened to her. This case kind of reminds me of, gosh, it's not the Cheryl Coker case. It was the lady who was killed at the church. She was there to do like yoga or something, teach a yoga class. She got there early in the morning. Someone comes in and kills her. There's actually video footage of the suspect coming into the church. He's dressed in like tactical gear. But they've never found out who killed her. What's her name? Is it Missy? Missy Beavers? I don't know. For some reason, I think about that case when I think about Suzanne. I don't know why. It's probably because they haven't figured out who's responsible for that lady's death. Yes, was afraid to close my eyes once I thought I did, I'd die. I've slept many nights with the knife under my pillow, 15 years free, and I'm good. Okay, I gotta go. Yeah, I used to tiptoe around the house. My first husband would be passed out. He was an alcoholic. I'd tiptoe around the house so quietly, trying not to wake him up, because I knew if he woke up, I was going to get beat on. Nurse teacher, you're a survivor too? Verbal, yes. Beaver's case, yes. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. I just think about that case. It just reminds me of Suzanne. It's probably because they haven't found the killer is what it is. And I'm just hoping that Suzanne's case don't turn out to where they don't find out who's responsible for her disappearance. I just don't want it to be one of those cases. Hi, Irish Eyes. Oh, yeah, they never arrested anyone for that. I was just watching a documentary about that the other day on HLN, and it was showing the perp coming into the church. That is a woman dressed in tactical gear, and they got something wrong with their leg. Their foot sticks out to the side when they walk. They got a horrible shaped body, too, but it's a woman. It's a woman. You can tell they're big made up at the top, their belly and stuff, but their butt's flat and their legs look small. But that's definitely a woman, in my opinion. Can't prove it, but in my opinion. That was the only peace my girlfriend got, was when that thing she used to live with was pass out drunk. I can totally relate to that. Cement shoes. It's no way to live. No way to live. That's a miserable life. And you know what? When you get in an abusive relationship, you think you can't get out. You think you can't live without this person and that you're so in love with this person. It's the craziest thing ever, even though they're beating the hell out of you. Oh, you think you love them. Can't live without them. It's all your fault. Something wrong with you. Drama says, bless you, ladies. My dear husband, 34 years, Rip. I never knew fear. Not until after 2014. I was so spoiled by him. Oh, that's so great. Emily, my second had my head inches away from the storm runoff stream in our yard after breaking my nose. Neighbors heard my screams, came out yelling to get his gun. Husband took off. Oh, wow. Emily, so sorry to hear that. Isn't it amazing how many people that you encounter on YouTube have been abused? I mean, we can all, most of us can relate. We've all had some type of trauma, it seems like. Birds of a feather flock together, they say. Trauma bonding. Is that what it's called, Vicki? I've never heard of that. Trauma bonding. I've heard of, like, I forget what it's called. Like, say someone kidnaps you and you start to sympathize with your kidnapper and stuff. I can't remember what that's called. There's a name for it. The mental abuse sets it all up. Yes, I remember being married to that son of a bitch, and I got on my hands and knees and prayed to die. That was like right at the end. I really thought everything was my fault till I just woke up one day. Anyways, with I used to leave him all the time, and he'd sucker me back in. He'd go to rehab, quit drinking, then get out, and on the way home from rehab, sneak and get liquor and stuff. That was his kind of rehab. But I would take him back. I don't know why I would take back someone that beat on me like that. But that last time, it was different. I was done with him. Totally done with him. Oh, crap. Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you, Mary. I knew it was something like that. Wasn't there a girl that was like kidnapped, like back in, like, I don't know if it was the 50s, 60s, 70s. And I think she might have been from a rich family. And she started sympathizing with her kidnapper. And I think that's how they come up with that Stockholm Syndrome. The word, something like that. Yeah, the feeling sorry part suckered for me always. Yeah. Yeah, I always get to feeling sorry for people, even though if they've wronged me. I'll be feeling bad, be sitting around thinking about it, start feeling bad about it. I'm bad for that. Okay. Let's see, what else? Oh, let me show y'all the card that Suzanne signed for Barry. Well, even if you're in a bad marriage, sometimes there are good moments. Believe it or not, very few. Maybe she's having a good moment. Sign this card. Who knows? Just want you to know my life would be nothing without your love and the excitement you bring to our marriage and my life. All my love, Suzanne. She's a good writer. I mean, her words, she really sounded like she was really in love with him after all those years. Patty Hearst, that's it, Emily. Thank you. What year was that? Was it in the 70s or, 50s? I will say I'm getting better at saying F off. Yes, I've always had a problem expressing my feelings to people in fear of hurting their feelings. That it's not a good way to be. I mean, it's a good way to be, kind of, but it's really not. Because myself, I'm bad for that, and then I let my anger build up, and then I'll just explode. That's happened numerous times. So it's better just to say say what you're feeling right then and there and don't let it build up. So I am trying to work on that. That note only proved what a great person Suzanne was. Yes. Yeah. She was a lovely, lovely lady. I think Elizabeth Smart felt sorry for her abuser. I think she did too. Oh my gosh, I watched the Elizabeth Smart movie on Lifetime. It was hard to watch. I mean, both of them raped her, from what I could understand. It was in the 70s. She ended up robbing a bank with her kidnapper and going to prison for it. Yeah, Debbie, I'm glad you said that. I remember that now. Seems like I watched a movie about it on Lifetime. She didn't get in trouble for it, did she? Not much. Hey, Red Rhyme. How are you doing? Anyways, I think the walls is closing in around old Barry boy. I can understand his daughters not wanting to live in that house anymore because they've had it put in their head that she was abducted from that home. So now he's went from the mountain lions taking Suzanne away, killing her, dragging her away, to abductors. Now he's not even saying nothing about a back ride. Weird. I think investigators are trying, of course, to build a case against him. Slowly but surely, they're going to do it. His data, according to Andy Mormon, his data from his GPS in his truck doesn't match up with his timeline, he told police. Oh my gosh, a 9-year-old girl's been found dead in Georgia. Been trying to stay away from the kids' cases, but I may have to look at that in a second. I was going to show y'all this woman who just stabbed her mother to death. This woman looks like a real life wicked witch. I don't know, for some reason that's what she just reminds me of. She looks mean as hell. Let me screen share her picture. I saw this morning and I didn't read it. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Netflix here in a minute. Netflix is being sued, y'all. Woman stabs her 73-year-old mother to death. Oh my gosh, this is in Virginia. A Virginia woman is in custody on suspicion of fatally stabbing her own mother. Sophie Rumley, 73, was found dead of an apparent homicide in her Spotsylvania home on October 5th. Sophie's husband called police after arriving home to find his wife unresponsive. The victim's daughter, 57-year-old Lisa Ann Harmon, was also present at the scene, and responding officers quickly identified her as the prime suspect. Harmon has been charged with second-degree murder and is being held without bail. Authorities have not commented on a possible motive. I'll give you the motive. She's psycho. Complete psycho. Blows my mind how anyone could murder their elderly parents. She looks like a witch. She looks mean. Look how big her eyes are. Her eyes look like they're going to pop out of her damn head. She looks like she's still in some kind of rage here. She really needs to invest in a hairbrush. Sicko. She must have had a lot of anger and resentment towards her mother for some reason. Okay. Let me look at my chat here. So I've got to watch this Netflix documentary, Cuties, if it's still on there. See what's going on with this. I hear it's a horrible documentary showing little girls without shirts on, close-ups of their private areas. Let me read y'all what's going on. Netflix has been indicted by a Texas grand jury for allegedly promoting lewd visual material of a child in connection to the release of the controversial French film Cuties. Fortunately, I'm probably going to have to watch this. A grand jury in Tyler County returned the indictment against the streaming giant on September 23rd. It was revealed Tuesday. The indictment charges that Netflix did knowingly promote visual material which depicts the lewd exhibition of the genitals or pubic area of a clothed or partially clothed child who was under the age of 18 years old at the time. The visual material was created, which appeals to the prurient, something like that, interest in sex and has no serious uh, literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. So it goes by the film Cuties goes by a French title too. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Meganons or something. That film was released on September 9th. I was told not to watch it, that it would really upset me, so that's why I hadn't watched it yet, but I'm going to see what's going on. The flick, which been premiered at this year's Sundance Film Festival, follows the story of an 11-year-old Muslim girl living in Paris who joins a dance crew. Critics have panned the film, claiming it exploits and sexualizes children. Senator Ted Cruz, among several Washington lawmakers who have called for a Department of Justice investigation of Netflix over the film. The video streaming service and content producer Netflix is currently hosting a film entitled Cuties that sexualizes young girls, including through dance scenes that simulate sexual activities and a scene exposing a minor's bare breasts, Senator Ted Cruz said in a letter last month to Attorney General Bill Barr. Oh, Ted Cruz is a Texas senator. I think I forgot to say that. In a statement Tuesday, a Netflix spokesperson told the Post, Cuties is a social commentary against the sexualization of young children. This charge is without merit, and we stand by the film. Well, you guys suck. I'm going to have to watch this and see what all the uproar is about. I'm probably going to get really upset when I do, but I signed up for Netflix. I got it a month free, so I might as well see what it's all about. Maybe we could talk about it tomorrow. I'll probably be pissed off. Y'all know that Prince Harry and his wife have signed a $150 million deal with Netflix. They're saying that they're going to do a musical about Diana. People are livid. Wow. Bare breast. I'm glad I didn't watch. Yeah. Showed the children without their shirt on or undershirt. Hey, Warrior Grandma. It's been a long time since I seen you. Sexualizing children for profit to prove a point's pretty lame excuse, Netflix. Yeah. They're trying to claim this like they're fighting against that. Or trying to show how kids are sexualized, I guess. Let me tell you something. That is a pedophile's dream to watch a film like that showing little children. Sick. Now, I used to watch Dance Moms, and that came on Lifetime. And I thought some of their dances was pretty vulgar for a little girl to do. They had some beautiful routines, but there was, when little girls are up there and they're twerking and grinding, it's not a good look. I don't think I wouldn't allow my little girl to do that. Not a 5, 6 old little girl. Crap, I wouldn't want my teen doing that, of course. Don't watch what? Cuties, the Netflix documentary. It shows little girls without their shirts on. What was it talking about? Let's see. It said something about sex. Were these little girls? acting like they were having sex in some kind of dance routine or what? That confused me. Well, I guess I'm gonna be watching this today, as bad as I hate to. I need to know what's going on here. Um, saw something about sex, which appeals to prurient interest in sex. Wow. And there's some real sickos in the world. I would not want to be a part of a film like that. Really. Where your grandma says, don't watch it. I know I'll probably be disgusted. Harry's wife has been on a few Hallmark shows recently. Oh my gosh, the Hallmark Channel's showing a bunch of Christmas movies right now, I think. I can't stand those damn beauty pageants. I used to watch toddlers and tiaras all the time. Um, the moms, they're the ones that wants those little girls in those pageants. And most of those little girls do not want to do those pageants. I mean, can you imagine having to get into all those different costumes? I mean, it makes those kids cranky, and they'll give them like pixie sticks, Red Bull to keep them wired up so they don't get sleepy. And some of the costumes that they would wear on there, pretty revealing. Some of those costumes, even an adult woman shouldn't be wearing. John Bonet was in those glam, what do you call them? Gosh, what's Total Glitz? The Total Glitz pageants. The Total Glitz is where the little girls have to have a spray tan. They got to have nail tips on. Need their toes done also. They got to have tons and tons of makeup, contour, hair pieces. I mean, they got to be totally glitzed out. That's just too much for a little girl. I mean, kids grow up fast enough, let them be kids. I don't see anything wrong with those natural beauty pageants. If you want to put your little girl in a regular beauty pageant, but those glitz pageants, that's just too much for a kid. I mean, they got swimwear and everything. Um, they got to wear swimwear, do talent shows. It's just too much. Now they took that show off TLC. Um, there's no new episodes of it. Sometimes they show reruns. Go-go juice is what they call Mountain Dew. The outfits sexualize those children. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the outfits sexualize the kids. Totally agree. Okay. Well, that's good enough for Netflix. They've been doing some shady stuff lately. And this just tops the cake. I hope they lose. That's what I hope. Hope they never do another film like this again. So I'm sure y'all heard the sad news about Eddie Van Halen passing away. He'd been battling cancer. He took a turn for the worse over the last couple weeks. He sadly passed. Now, I have to admit, I only know like maybe one Van Halen song. Is it Blue on Black? Something like that. Oh, it's okay, Emily. Yeah, they show some Christmas on weekends. I love Hallmark. Now I can only watch the new stuff as I've seen most of the ones a million times. You know what I've noticed about Hallmark and Lifetime? They do the same movies just with different people and rearrange it a little bit. They all have the same outcome usually. My granny loves Hallmark. I still like to watch Hallmark, not as much as I did used to. I just think the older Hallmark movies were better. One Hallmark series that I like is about, gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but it's about a witch. It's got Catherine Bell stars in it. I love that. The Good Witch. That's what it's called, The Good Witch. Love those movies. Love the series. Well, Lisa, get to cooking, honey, because I am hungry. You know what I'm going to do when I get off here? I'm going to go fry me some bacon, and I got a whole basket of beautiful fresh eggs sitting in there. Go fry me up a couple eggs, make me some biscuits, probably make me some gravy. Keisha, he had her sing a song and talk dirty to me. Who, Keisha? Let me go back up. See if I missed something. Who had her sing a song? Little baby should not be twerking. I know. Bacon does sound good, Warrior Grandma. Hey, why ain't you been coming around? I've not seen you in forever. I always just adored you. Of course, I still do. Oh, Tom Hanks. I heard Tom Hanks was a real weirdo. Me and Mark, my hubby, got in an argument about Tom Hanks the other day. He said he was a real weirdo, connected to Epstein and them. I was like, bull crap. I loved Van Halen as a teen. Rip Annie. No, that was Poison, I think. Good news, I heard bacon is good to eat for weight loss. Oh, well, honey, I need to be losing some weight. I mean, I could stand to lose about 15 pounds. You know, I'm not like bringing fat, but I'm just curved. I'm just chunky, like my little beagle is. Well, Trump is connected to Epstein, so you can tell Mark that, CC. No, I don't think I'm going to tell him that, Alex. That would start a huge argument. In Trump's defense, he did kick him out of that, what's it called, Mar-a-Lago resort that he owns, from what I read. You know what, guys? I'm thinking Trump might lose to Biden. I don't like to talk about politics, but yeah, I've got a fear of that. I mean, sure don't want Biden as president. I think he's a real weirdo. I think they're all weirdos, to be honest. I need to lose 25, 30 pounds. Well, so do I, nurse teacher, but I didn't want to say that. So I went with 15. I need to lose about 20 because of my knee and stuff. Best thing I saw on YouTube this week was your little video of Ladybug. That was the sweetest thing, as funny as it could be. I think I watched it 5 times. I didn't realize that. I thought the video cut out after like the little voiceover quit, but it kept playing. I didn't realize that, or I would have fixed it before I uploaded it. Yeah, I put that up on TikTok. I'm going to do some more videos like that. That's funny, those TikTok videos where those dogs are talking about their owners. In that video, lady was saying, "My mom wants to get me a Halloween costume. Dad wants it to be cheap." And mom's told dad, "We're not dealing with your ex-wife," or something like that. It was hilarious. Poor kids. So many moms trying to live through their children. Yes. Some of those kids, man, they would be crying on that toddlers and tiaras, Emily, not to do it, and their moms would make them. Hell, there was moms making the little boys do it too, be in the beauty pageants. They always get crowned like the king. In the glitz pageants, the boys can enter, and they also have pageants just for boys. But you know what? I'm not going to make my son be in a beauty pageant if he don't want to. I don't make him do anything he don't want to. I'm not, like sports, stuff like that. I don't make him do things. Was he married to Valerie? Who, Emily? Who was married to Valerie? I think the debates are going to bring out some Priceless quotes. I did get a glimpse of the last debate. They sound like two schoolgirls going at each other, two high school girls. Yes, don't miss that video. It's on Sunny's Funny Farm channel. Yeah. I'm going to try to put up another one like that here soon. I need to get Annabelle talking. Hey, Chatterbox. Oh, you're talking about Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, he's got a son named Wolfgang, y'all. Can y'all believe it? I mean, it's a cool name. I'm not sure I'd name my child Wolfgang, but the last debate about gave me a migraine. Yeah, I don't watch that crap. Politics, I can't stand it. It's all Mark thinks about, and it drives me insane. I mean, like when you live with it 24/7, it kind of gets on your nerves. It gets old. It all started when Trump decided to run for president. And it's just went from there. Yeah, it sounded better than when my daughter was fighting over some makeup. Yeah, I'll fight over makeup too. Verbs. I will fight over makeup. Anyone messes my makeup, it's going to be on, which I'm the only female around. But sometimes my dog will steal my makeup brush, one of my brushes, if they can get to them and chew them up. Makes me mad. They want to chew like my wooden handles off my brushes. He was married to Valerie Bertinelli from One Day at a Time. Oh, I didn't know that. Eddie Van Halen was married to her. Hey, Leroy. Oh, you joined the membership again. Oh, thanks for joining. Miss the rock legend. Yeah, Mark really likes him. I don't know that much about him, to be honest. I think I used to have one of their CDs when I was like 16 or 17, but I can't remember what it was. I'm more of a Fleetwood Mac type of girl, you know. I do like AC/DC though. They just put out a new song. It's pretty good. I can't remember the name, but it's good. Right now, but not now. Still friends, but he was married to someone else. Oh, they used to be married. Keto diet, no sugar. I've heard of keto. Yeah, 65 is a young age, really. Think about it. Oh, I miss Tom Petty too. I love that song, Last Dance with Mary Jane. Let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. Like that song. Um, what's that one song? Is it Free Fallin'? I think that's the name of it. I like that one. I also like that song from their Tom Petty's Wildflower album. It's called Wildflowers. It's a good one. It's kind of a slow song, but it's good. Um, Last Dance with Mary Jane. That's a good one. That's more the type of music I like. Mark gets into all that guitar playing and all that, and that's great, wonderful. But I'd rather just listen to Fleetwood Mac, Tom Petty. Wildflowers is amazing. I love that song. I think it starts out, "You belong among the wildflowers." It's good. I like Kid Rock too. Just saw Kid Rock last fall, and Hank Williams Jr. I was a little bit disappointed in his behavior. He cussed every breath on stage, y'all. Now, I know he's known for being, a country moonshine drinking outlaw, all that. But gosh, like he was saying the F word. I mean, he cussed every breath up on stage when he was talking. I didn't like that. Bob Seger, Turn the Page is my favorite by him. Night Moves is also a good one. I'm on keto diet because of my diabetes. Oh, really? Gosh, diabetes is a bad disease. I saw Metallica only last year. I thought I'd better see them before they start dying. I would love to see Metallica. I'm going to tell y'all a band I discovered here on YouTube. It's called Lilac, like the color purple lilac. They are so good. That girl, I mean, they're just young kids, teeny boppers. She can sing like an OG. I mean, she's just got that voice. Y'all got to check out the band Lilac. It's all siblings in the band. Their dad is their manager. The lead singer's name is Melody, I believe. They are the best. They do that song, Rainbow in the Dark. Oh my gosh, they kill it. I love it. I listen to it over and over and over. I like Bat Out of Hell. Oh yeah, Meatloaf. I like Meatloaf. That song, I Would Do Anything for Love. I love that song. Let me find y'all the link to the Lilac Band. They have good giveaways. They just gave away a mic the other day. I think they gave uh, away a guitar a while back. I'm going to get you their link to the Rainbow in the Dark. I would play it, but I'd probably get copyright struck. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Oh, I love that one too. My favorite concert ever was Moody Blues 3 years ago. Phenomenal. From the first to the last chord. Really, that's awesome. Meatloaf, because it was my ex's favorite, but bad. Oh, help. I really do like that song. Yeah, I like Guns N' Roses too. Welcome to the Jungle. I like Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, November Rain. I like that song. Don't You Cry, Patience. Don't they sing Patience? I think so. Oh, sausage cheese balls, Carolina girl. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. We need to do music trivia. Yeah, we could do music trivia. Like, from what year though? The 70s, 80s, 90s, what? Combination of everything? I remember you. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, Guns N' Roses do sing Patience. Skid Row. Yeah, that's Mark's style of music. Skid Row. He made me sit and listen to the new AC/DC song this morning. I couldn't tell you what it said, but it sounded good. It sounded good. That man can still sing. Mr. Brownstone. Oh, yes, I love that one too. Movie trivia or music, Lisa? Mark's got all of his concert tickets framed, Irish Eyes. Oh, very merry. Mark talks about him all the time. He likes that Sebastian guy. Music trivia. Okay. I was more of a 60s, 70s fan, didn't get into metal, but Eddie was great. Yeah, I'm not into a lot of metal, you know. There's certain songs I like, certain bands I like, but like that hard screaming metal, no, I can't get into that. I'm more of a Fleetwood Mac kind of girl, The Doors, stuff like that. I'm an 80s chick, CC. I was born in 1980. Whiskey in the Jar. Yes, that's a good one. Now, I like a lot of country music too. I like Johnny Cash. I like George Jones. One of my favorite George Jones songs is Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes. I also like the Corvette song. Um, Choices. That's a really good one. Pink Floyd. What's it called? Stairway to Heaven. Love that. Um, what's that one song? Another Brick in the Wall. That's one of my faves. Also, I like Three Doors Down. Oh, yes, I like Johnny Cash, yes. The Man in Black. Love him. What's that? What was the last song Johnny Cash put out? Hurt. The song's called Hurt. I love that song. Counting Crows, yeah. I like them. Paul Simon. Yeah, we need to do some music trivia. My daughter-in-law is ordering that Jeffree Star palette, eyeshadow mostly, and let me tell you, they are high dollar. Oh, I've been wanting one forever, but they're just so expensive. Never lose hope. Uh, I wanted that latest palette that Jeffree put out because it had a lot of mattes in it. You know, when you get older, you don't want to wear glittery, shimmery eyeshadow. It can show wrinkles and stuff, but it had a lot of matte colors in it, neutral colors like what I wear. But gosh, it's going to be probably 80, almost $80, 90. By the time I order it and pay shipping, I'm just not doing it. Yes, it would probably last for a couple years, but that's freaking expensive. I was going to order the small one that he's got, but it's got like the shimmery colors in it. It didn't have but maybe one or two mattes in it, and I want the matte colors. I can get shimmery crap anywhere. I love all music except hard rock and not so much rap. Hey, I like some rap. I like Gangster's Paradise. I love that song, Gangster's Paradise. I like some other, I like Cardi B, some of her music. Let's see. Oh, Snoop Dogg. Oh, I love Snoop Dogg. I love country music too. I have really random taste in music. I just like what I like. That's me too, Irish Eyes. I just like all different types of music. Don't let Will in on music trivia. I know he'll beat us all. He used to sell like records and stuff online. He knows all about music. I love Snoop Smoke. Hey, Snoop Smoke's the best smoke around. Do y'all watch his show with oh my gosh, let me think of her name. Martha Stewart. I've watched a couple episodes of it. They're funny together. I think that comes on VH1. Also, I watch Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta on VH1. Love and Hip Hop New York. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And I actually need to catch up on a season. I've been watching it forever. Hey, Light Feather, good morning. What eyeshadow? Who missed it? Oh, the Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is a beauty guru from YouTube. He sells eyeshadow chatterbox, but it's really, really good. It's really pigmented, but it's expensive. When he comes out with a new palette and they drop the price of this latest one, I'm going to get it because I like the neutral colors. I get eyeshadows and stuff from Ipsy. Get eyeshadows that are pigmented. I just got a little smile palette. But anyhow. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to get off here and get some things done. Channel members, I'll see y'all tonight at 9 for our Google Meets. We're just going to chill out, have some fun, just talk. I will post the link to that on the community page here in a minute when I get off here. I'm an eyeliner and blush kind of girl. Oh, I got to have my eyeliner. I like my liquid eyeliner on top, pencil on the bottom. I like the smoky eye look. I always try to do that. I cannot live without eyeliner, though. And mascara. My eyelashes are blonde. I got pretty good eyelashes, pretty thick. But they're light, so gotta use a lot of mascara. Bailey Sarin works for Ipsy. Oh, really? Oh, I love Ipsy. I love Ipsy. They always send me what I like. I always get a brush and usually eyeshadow, blush, highlighters. I get like contour stuff. Usually, and I pay like $12 a month, but usually the only thing I have to buy from the store is foundation and powder, concealer. Everything else I get from Ipsy. I've probably got 8 or 9 those little makeup bags in there. I've got a bunch of stuff I've gotten over the months. Brooke is getting her first Ipsy this month. She will love it. Eventually, after I get my teeth and stuff done and get lady fixed and all this, I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. I'm going to upgrade my Ipsy to get the 5 full-size products. But the little ones, the deluxe samples, they work for me. I've got several eyeshadows from them. I've been using them for months. I mean, they're just pigmented, so you don't have to use much. I love it. No, I don't watch Bailey, Carolina Girl. She does makeup and tells true crime stories. Oh, I think her channel was suggested to me the other day. I'll have to check that out. I have to check that out. But anyways, y'all have a great day. It's been an awesome chat. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Be safe, be kind, and peace. And I'll see some of y'all tonight.